You are going to reach for your phone in the next few minutes. Not because you want to, but because your nervous system doesn't know how to stay still anymore. That reflex isn't harmless. It quietly trains your mind to leave the present moment, and every time it happens, something weakens. Not your focus, your capacity to be here. In the next few minutes, you'll see why even 10 seconds of stillness feels difficult now. You'll understand the invisible loop pulling your fingers toward the screen. And before this ends, you'll learn a simple Sufi awareness practice that interrupts that loop without force, discipline, or guilt. Not to make you quit technology, but to help you reclaim the part of your mind that technology quietly borrows. Nothing mystical, just clarity. Last week, I watched someone sitting alone in a cafe. No headphones, no book, just a coffee slowly cooling in front of them. For the first few seconds, they stared out the window. Then their legs started moving, a small bounce, almost unnoticeable. Their eyes scanned the room, then dropped to the table, then drifted back to the window. 10 seconds passed, maybe 12. Then it happened. Without thought, without urgency, their hand slid toward their phone. Not fast, not desperate, automatic. As if the body had been waiting for permission the mind never gave. They didn't smile when the screen lit up. They didn't frown either. Their face stayed neutral, glazed, mildly relieved. Thumb scrolling. Pause. Scroll again. Nothing important appeared. No message that changed their day. No news that required immediate attention. Still, they stayed there, eyes narrowed. Shoulders slightly hunched, breathing shallow. The coffee went untouched. What struck me wasn't the phone. It was the timing. The exact moment discomfort entered, the escape arrived. I've seen this on trains, in offices, in bedrooms at night. You probably see it in yourself. That moment when you finish one task and don't know what comes next. When a video ends and silence creeps in. When you wake up and lie still for half a breath too long. The phone doesn't interrupt peace. It replaces uncertainty. And most of us don't even notice when the switch happens. We just feel a subtle easing, a soft landing away from ourselves. What you're witnessing isn't addiction in the dramatic sense. It's training. Your nervous system has learned that silence equals risk, not danger. Just exposure. When there's no input, no scrolling, no sound, the mind has to face itself unbuffered. Thoughts rise, sensations sharpen, time slows down. Modern systems are very good at preventing that moment. Every notification, every endless feed, every autoplay trains anticipation. Not pleasure, relief. Your brain begins to associate micro-discomfort with a quick escape hatch. This is why 10 seconds feels longer than it should. Why waiting in line feels irritating. Why being alone with nothing to do creates restlessness instead of rest. The machine doesn't steal attention by force. It offers certainty where uncertainty once lived. Sufis had a name for this long before screens existed. They called it ghaflah, a state of heedlessness, not ignorance. Distraction from the present reality of one's own awareness. Ghaflah isn't caused by evil tools. It's caused by avoidance. Avoidance of inner noise. Avoidance of stillness. Avoidance of the moment where nothing is happening externally, but everything is happening internally. The phone simply perfected the timing. It arrives precisely when awareness might otherwise deepen. There is a line attributed to Rumi that says, "Why are you busy with this or that, or good or bad? Pay attention to how things blend." Rumi wasn't warning against activity. He was pointing to fragmentation. In Sufi practice, there is a concept called muraqabah. It means vigilant awareness, not concentration, not control. Witnessing. Muraqabah asks you to notice the movement of your own attention without interfering, to watch the impulse arise, to feel the urge before obeying it. 800 years ago, Sufis sat in silence not to empty the mind, but to see how quickly it tried to leave the present moment. They discovered something modern neuroscience now confirms. Awareness weakens compulsion. The moment you see an impulse clearly, it loses its urgency, not because you fought it, but because you illuminated it. Rumi understood that the mind fears openness more than pain. That distraction is often chosen not for joy, but for familiarity. When you reach for your phone without thinking, it isn't desire, it's flight. Muraqabah trains you to stay one breath longer, 1 second longer, long enough for the reflex to reveal itself. And once seen, a reflex is no longer invisible. So let me ask you something gently but honestly. When your hand moves toward the screen, what are you avoiding? Is it boredom? Or is it the uncomfortable clarity of being here? What would happen if you didn't escape for just a moment? Not forever. Not heroically. just long enough to feel the texture of your own mind, who benefits when your attention fragments, and who disappears when it does. This isn't about blame. You didn't invent these systems, but participation happens quietly. Every unconscious scroll reinforces the pattern. Every conscious pause weakens it. You don't need to renounce technology to reclaim yourself. You just need to notice who is in control during the smallest moments. The war isn't loud, it's subtle, and it's fought in seconds. Here is the Sufi test, and it takes less than a minute. The next time you feel the urge to touch your phone right now, or later, don't move. Don't judge the urge. Don't suppress it. Just notice where it appears in your body. Chest, throat, hands. Breathe once slowly through your nose, then silently ask, what is this moment asking me to feel? That's it. No mantra. No technique stack. Just one question that turns attention inward instead of outward. You may still touch the phone afterward. That's not failure. The shift happens the moment awareness arrives before action. Over time, those moments add up. The gap widens. The reflex weakens. You don't reclaim attention by force. You reclaim it by presence.